Welcome to the channel. Here's Trader Jan. This is about the market preparation for the 14th of November 2025. And we follow our typical top-down approach. The review of the locations from yesterday and the trades from yesterday, they are already done. It's in a separate video, which you can see separately on the channel. Now, let's hide those locations for the moment, and I don't need to see the trades. So we obviously have long day, right? Here, mega long. No, it goes south today. It goes massively south. Look at that one, already 300 ticks in the minus. And yesterday we had 500 ticks in the minus, and we have a little bit of an interesting thing here. That one is at 6660, and I'm gonna mark that one here for the moment. So we have in our walkthrough later on in the lower time frames, we know what happened. Let me mark this one here as well, just to see what it means later. So long term, the higher time frames, short. Let's go to the 1 hour chart, and we see nothing. The 1 hour chart here, look at that, that goes south all the way, south all the way. Okay, according to the let me switch on all the locations. Okay, this one is already a location. That is great, so we can remove that one. Oops, did we remove that one? Just delete. So that is already marked. This one here at the bottom, okay, that one is marked already as well. And as we learned in the daily review, and we need to respect the naked POCs massively more than before. So let's look at the potential targets down here. Oops, that is not enough. How many days do I load with the H1? Let me review that one. So, no, settings, whatever. So for my H1, how many days do I come now in the area? Yeah, maybe 20 days is not enough because we come in an area now which is so apply, which touches days from the past, which is further away than 20 days. Oops. Let me refresh that one. Usually that will help. If not, then not. So we change that number here to 40. That's possible as well. Still loading some data there. So don't need to. Okay, good. So this one here, not sure where exactly. This one is a location here. Because usually I would say this one is a more appropriate location. It is 40 ticks away. I would say Looking from the hourly charts, this one here, no, what's happening here? Nothing is happening. So here. So from the hourly chart, I think this area here into a low volume area, this is more important. Here, going up here and in the middle between there and there, this is 180 ticks. That would usually be too much, but I would more define it here. That's the POC from the day before. I would more define it. So now I can't change. Let me do some magic here before we continue. So we are here at that level. I would say this one here deserves a change to that POC here. There was a reaction on the day later, and it's nicely in between those two here. Here, do I need to change that one? We have some interesting things here. I would change it here to this area because it was the finish of the day before and some kind of things here. And then indeed, I would do it here and this one here is 170 takes is too much. So I would say here and here. So I'm gonna walk myself up here. Zoop. Hopefully we will not reach that point, but you never know, right? You never know. Nowadays, you never know. Because the current price is already here where the red line is, and we are just 500 ticks. That was the change we had yesterday. So this one we did. This one is the finishing of yesterday's day. We always prioritize the elements which are closest to our current day. Why I defined that one, no clue, but I'm gonna change this to that. Yep, leaving that one here. This one is on the previous day's walk. I would change it a little bit here to that area here because it looked like that one was by the resistance area on that day. Here, I would rather focus. I would delete this one here for the moment. Can I delete that? No. Okay. Here, that one I would rather delete, and here this one I would rather put it at the previous day hawk, which happened to be the lowest point of that day at the same point. So this one here, okay, that makes sense. This one here, not really, because it's more like this one because the went down here. So this one is about a POC, but here I would rather take the upper boundaries. So, but we have here, oh, that was shitty work because now we have up-to-date chart data here. So we actually should do those ones here based on the last data and not based on something which we assume. So this one here, we in that case move down here. Maybe that was the reason why it was there before. So now since we have up-to-date data from today even, we might want to take this one into consideration. Here, yep, and here, okay. Sometimes not too easy, huh? Not too easy. The market doesn't want to make it easier here for us. That is the 1 hour chart. So let's go to the real deal. 15. So M15 is open. That's our final chart where we check the details of the locations. This location absolutely makes sense. Now the next location is pretty close, but it makes sense as well. This one here does not really make sense. It would make sense down here, but it's a very long way. Still, I would rather do it here. And have another short one here. I know I shouldn't do that many locations. I'm really bad in that one. Or maybe not, because history shows me that. Yeah, and it wasn't too bad how you define the locations, because the market kind of always reacted on those locations. So I take this one here because it was a resistance level here, then a broke through, and then it was a support. So that's the one here. Then here, that's a different type of thing. I would here rather go that way and this way here, because here it was a resistance level and then it changed up and down and then it became support over here. But we are again maybe in the wrong area. Okay, here. Okay, let's keep that one. That was like a no interest area here. So maybe it's gonna be different now. So looking here, we had obviously a good touch for those locations here and those locations. And here we, yep, That's not too bad. We have here 62 ticks in between. Here I would rather do here and this one here. It's not much of interest. No. But that one here is definitely of interest. That could be the next resistance level. And here we had good stuff going on here. And this one, making them a little bit more precise according to our learnings from yesterday and today. So I will leave those ones because they haven't been touched. So in case we want to trade today, we trade on that location here. This location is a big one. So let me refine that one based on this one. I rather refine that one to the very end here. And then we see what's happening when the price reaches that area. That was from the 7th of November. Okay, the market is short. We are having here, if I look here at the market, I think this one here would rather be placed from today's perspective up here. Because that one was a support and then it became a resistance. So if the market goes back, we want to have it coming back to this area here. So if that one here is becoming as well, I know it takes time, but I'm not an expert here. I'm just trying to do my best. Trying to do my best. So that's based on the latest knowledge, based on the market's development today. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, that concludes the market analysis. Thanks for listening for those who don't listen. And I'm going to take it from here. Ciao.